The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve from BoatTEST.com, and today I am on the Summit 54 by Kadey-Krogen. Now, the big difference between this boat and the other boats in the Kadey-Krogen lineup is that this one is built on a planing hull and it's got a much more modern interior. Join me as I do a full features inspection. The cockpit is certainly a welcome social zone. It begins with U-shaped seating, center mounted in between two gates that lead out to the swim platform. Beautifully finished table, and notice the nice inlay work. Notice the courtesy lights at deck level, and there's also storage under the seats. This is all under the protection of a hardtop extended from the flying bridge 7 feet off the deck. Now, notice I've got bar stools just ahead. Nice serving area that's of course in close proximity to the galley, which is just ahead. We can blend the two together by opening up this door, and we can latch it at the top when we're underway. And this also is a cool feature. Look at that, a built-in blender for the margaritas. To the starboard side, there's a storage compartment and then open counter space. And notice that there are panels to both sides, adding some protection to the cockpit area. But I like that there's glass inside those protective panels, so we don't feel cut off when we're sitting at someplace like this bar area. To both sides of the cockpit, there are boarding gates that open easily, swing inward, and latch in the open position. We access the swim platform from steps to both port and starboard. There are gates, stainless steel framed acrylic, and in the open position, notice that they latch into a recess, so we're not using up the available space getting to the platform. Right at the port side, there's a hot and cold freshwater shower. And that brings us to the swim platform. It comes out 4 feet 2 inches from the transom. There are 3 staple rails that could go in any of 5 different positions. 6-inch pop-up cleats are to both corners. Now, just ahead, take a look at this. 2 latches, open up the hatch, 2 releases, and I bring out the electric grill. Single burner. There's a space for storage right alongside to keep all of our grill supplies. There's an integrated rail with a beverage holder, and just above is a light for the grill. Now, with everything in the closed position, we have a large transom storage compartment. Fully forward, there's a sun pad measuring 5 feet by 6 feet 3 inches. There are stainless steel rails to both sides with integrated beverage holders, and I like that the back can come up in 4 different positions. Fully forward, a 49-inch wide forward-facing seat. And of course, we can add a sunshade that attaches to the front end of the visor over the windshield and to carbon fiber poles fully forward. I think the only thing I'd like to see up here, speakers and perhaps a remote for the stereo. And look at the fit and finish even at the bow here. Beautiful varnished job on the cap rails, and even notice the caulking job underneath the supports for the rails, all caulked and no bleed over. Now, let's continue with our exterior features tour by looking at the flying bridge, accessed from teak tread stairs to the starboard side of the cockpit. Well, now this social zone begins with seating over to the port hand side, and it wraps around a table with not 1 but 2 expandable leaves. Beautiful fit and finish on it. In the closed position, I see excellent inlay work. Fully forward, there's a sun pad that surrounds the entire helm area. And just behind me, there's a cockpit refrigerator. Now, I noticed that there isn't a cooking station up here, and I have to say I agree with that decision. I wouldn't want to be carrying the food and supplies up and down the stairs. Now, all this is under the protection of the hardtop, 6 feet 9 inches off the deck. It includes LED lighting, speakers, and heavy-duty supports. Standard would be a radar arch with a bimini that comes forward. Now, we've got a wide open boat deck here. We can get a railing either forward or surrounding the whole area. This just hasn't been chosen by the owner yet. Of course, we can always leave it open if you'd like. It'll accommodate a 10.5-foot tender that gets launched by this 1,000-pound capacity crane. Now, to me, we certainly have a lot of options. We can also put some built-in furniture here, leave it open as deck space for entertaining, take out the crane, and instead use a hydraulic platform for launching a tender. So now, let's move inside. Double doors give us an opening 33 inches. And let's look at the big picture first. I'm already noticing huge windows that give us natural light all the way around. And they start up very high and come down really low. So we've got sight lines out to the horizon from the seated positions. The galley is located aft, which everybody loves. And over to the starboard side, there's a sitting area with an expandable table. This can be optioned out for storage all the way across. And then we have extra counter space for buffet serving. Storage drawers are underneath the seats. Now let's take a look at some of the features of the galley. First of all, U-shaped, all silestone counter. I'd like to see a raised edge going all the way around. 3-burner electric cooktop. Underneath, convection microwave, plenty of storage. Notice refrigerated drawers, the 2 on top are refrigeration, the 2 on the bottom, freezers. Of course, these can be in any combination you want. And there's also a pull-out dishwasher. There's a single basin sink with a pull-out sprayer. And take a look at this over on the side. Here's a nice feature, a pop-up appliance dock. Just ahead, there are additional storage compartments. As we move ahead to the starboard side, here's a large storage unit with an ice maker. And notice that everything is controlled by C-Zone, so we have an iPad that we can control all the electrical on the boat with. Now as we continue forward, we go up 2 10-inch steps. We maintain the 33-inch wide entryway that we had back at the beginning of the galley. Now the headroom goes from 6 feet 10 inches in the galley area to 6 feet 9 inches. Over on the port hand side, there's a U-shaped settee wrapping around a pedestal table, and it has 2 extendable leaves. Notice this whole seating area is on an elevated platform 7 inches off the main deck. It's lit underneath, and I'm seeing electrical connections and USB connectivity. And notice that the table is on a slide, making it much easier to get in and out. Now opposite, we have more storage, plenty of open counter space, and a flat screen TV on an electric lift. Now let's talk about fit and finish and materials. The overhead is upholstered, and sound down keeps the noise levels nice and quiet. Satin finished walnut all throughout, and we can see the air conditioning vents way up high. The decking is Antico, but if you felt strongly about it, you could put teak in here. The upholstery on the seats is all ultra leather. Now as we make our way down below, first I want to point out that in this side panel, there's a C-Zone station that is fixed into this position. So we can go to any of these screens that we want and control the electrical throughout the boat, just at the touch of a button. Also, because this is a curved companionway, gives us more room to have a midship master stateroom. At 23 inches wide, the theme of spaciousness continues here in the companionway, and I like what would be dead space at the end was turned into usable storage. Now down below, we have a 1, 2, 3 cabin and 2 head layout. Master is located aft. This cabin, however, gives us much more versatility, so I want to start here. It's accessed through 2 sliding pocket doors. We have a single berth with a vanity in the back, large mirror. There's storage underneath the berth. And at the forward bulkhead, look at this, an actual full-size washer and dryer, not a combination unit. And a flat screen TV. 2 opening port lights give us plenty of natural light. Now, we can make this into a double berth, we can make this into a high-low berth, we can even make this whole area into an office. Just picture this whole area being an open palette to do whatever you want with. And look at these beefy stainless steel windows to the cabins. Absolutely solid. Now it seems to me anyway that what gives this room a lot of its versatility is the 7 foot 6 inch high overhead. That gives us room to put over underberths in if we want. Now let's check out the master, just 1, 2 steps down. And just inside the door, this is the second of the 2 built-in C-Zone panels. Otherwise we're using the iPad throughout the boat. Now we have a berth that is mounted athwartship 79 by 62 inches, so it's more in line with an actual queen-size berth. 6 foot 6 inch high overhead, continuation of the beautiful woodwork that we saw on the main deck. There's a hull side window just behind the berth. Storage is in the form of 2 nightstands. There's a hanging locker to the aft bulkhead. Here, full-size locker with shelves. At the aft bulkhead, there's a mirror with vanity storage just before it, and this includes a switch for the flat screen TV. Now I like the head arrangement. It's up a 9-inch step. There's a good sized mirror just ahead with storage to one side, hull side window, silestone counter with a vessel sink up on top. Now I really like this arrangement. Both sides make up a split head arrangement. Forward is the water closet, and notice that this door has a smoked opaque look to it. I'm told that the manufacturer is going to do this for the shower side as well, and if that's done, then both sides will have the privacy, and then we don't really need these sliding pocket doors. Now our last stateroom is fully forward. This of course would be the VIP. Consists of an island berth 79 inches by 60 inches. The high headroom continues 6 feet 7 inches up, 20-inch TV on the aft bulkhead. There are opening port lights with hull side windows down below, and I'm happy to see that they utilize the space above the hull side windows. A lot of manufacturers just let that go as dead space. There's storage under the berth, to the sides. There's a hanging locker right there. Also a hanging locker to the opposite side. And then we have a private entrance to the ensuite with a separate walk-in shower, and this also has a separate door, allowing it to serve double duty as a dayhead. Clearly the Summit 54 has all of the build quality that we've come to expect from Kadey-Krogen, with a modern design for the interior from JC Espinoza. And that's my full features inspection. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.